Don't get me wrong, I love this computer. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money making it how I want it to be. But the problem is I spend too dang much time in front of the screen in this dark room, and it's starting to reflect a little bit on my mood. So I think we need to get outside to this beautiful day where there's not a cloud in the sky and enjoy it a little bit. But first of all, we have to celebrate that with not this dismal yet stylish gray. That's better. Now there's two sides to the Colorado National Monument, the east and the west side that you can drive up. Eventually they do connect, but we're going up the west side now, which is a little bit different for me. Normally I go home through the east side, so hopefully we can get a change of scenery and see something new. The Colorado National Monument has a 23-mile-long road that spans from Grand Junction to Fruita. The road itself is freshly paved, so it's in great condition to drive, though it's narrow with tons of blind twists and turns with no bike lane, so watch out for bikers. One of the most iconic forms of wildlife here is the bighorn sheep, and supposedly they're on the west side a little bit more than the east, so I'm going to get my camera out and ready if I do see them. I've still seen bighorn sheep countless times still on the east side. My wallpaper's actually from up there. Check out how much RAM my computer has. Though I haven't for a couple months, and I'm itching for some new shots of these amazing creatures. There really isn't a time of day I've found them to be most active. I've seen them in the middle of the day just as often as at morning or sunset. Let's talk about the history of this place. In the early 1900s, John Otto saw these canyons for the first time and started pushing to make it a national monument almost immediately. He invited President Taft out to look at the monument, which he did, and a year after his visit, Otto continued to nag him through letters about making it official. Taft signed it on May 24th of 1911. Otto was the first superintendent and made the first trails by hand himself. He was a patriotic man. Years later, he'd even paint his whole house red, white, and blue, and named the original hikes after his love for the country, like Independence Monument and Liberty Cap. This monument was founded way before any of the surrounding areas, like Black Canyon of the Gunnison or Arches National Park. The 10 mountains you'll see out in the distance when you're at the park are called the Book Cliffs, which stretch all the way out into Utah. The blue mountain right next to them is called the Grand Mesa, which is the largest flat-top mountain in the whole world. Unfortunately, it looks like the bighorn sheep are going to stand me up today, so might not be adding to that portfolio today. So I'm at an intersection right now. If I go this way, I'm going to continue around that loop that I was talking about back out the east side into Grand Junction. But if I take this way and I go the other way, I go up to Glade Park. What's Glade Park, you ask? Glade Park is a hidden community full of over 600 residents that sits on top of the monument outside of the park. Most of it is private land and houses. There's not even a gas station, just a general store, post office, and volunteer fire department, where Movies Under the Stars is hosted. Anytime I get a free evening, I love to take a drive through Glade Park all the way to the Utah border to find and photograph whatever wildlife I see along the way. This is a whole other mini-series I do if you enjoy more of a vlog style mixed with some wildlife photography. Now typically when I'm doing this drive, the first half of this drive is where I'll see the most elk, and then the second half is where I'll see the most deer. With that said though, it's not very often that I see elk, so I'd be pretty lucky to catch a glimpse of one, especially if there's enough light to actually photograph them. It looks like I'm in luck. I just spotted some elk, so I'm trying to get to a better vantage point here. So the elk are on the other side of this hill over here. They can't see me quite yet, but I know that they know I'm here because they were watching my car. as I was driving in, so hopefully they haven't ran off yet because I can't see them either. But let's take a walk onto the hill and see if we can figure that out. Okay, I'm going to steal the tripod you're on to get some video with this. So I have my white balance set to shade right now just because they are definitely in the shadows of an already late sunset. It's sort of a nice composition. I like where they're in between the tree and the ditch right there. They're definitely looking over there at something. The sun is definitely officially set now, but I'm still going to ride that light as long as I can, so I'm going to keep driving. Okay, here we go. These deer are a little bit closer, a little bit more light on them, because they're not so much in the shadow. My one problem is, though, especially with this side over here, is they have the fence right there in the way, and I know that's going to show up in my either photo or video, so maybe I'll pinpoint these guys because the fence is a little bit lower. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Just to show you what I mean here, this is looking towards the left side, like I was saying, where they're a lot closer to the fence in terms of height, and there's no way to get around that fence. So it's not a terrible looking shot, I don't mind it, but if I didn't want the fence there, definitely would have to choose a different angle. Looking into the sun. Well, I think the lighting is pretty much gone for the day. I'm shooting at about 6,000 ISO and it's still pretty dark, so time to pack up and go home.